trip to the museum.
It's after school hours at Alharu City's all-girls school, the Arlen School. Normally, students go back home to relax and study, thinking about their days being taught lessons from math to history. But in this case, it's different for our 6 main heroines of the story. A familiar yellow van was parking slowly, its engine slowly stopping, and its passenger doors opening, revealing several girls getting out of the now parked van.
Holy Shoryukens! That was one of the grooviest adventures we've had in a while, huh?
I completely agree with you 100%, Haruka.
I'm just glad it's finally over. That was so much hassle for such a minor detour.
You mean finishing the school day and successfully going on a wild adventure involving ninja warriors with the intent of stealing your experiment and successfully taking them down? Yeah, it was quite the detour.
We were just about to head to the mall, according to Yuna. Then all of a sudden, we're at an abandoned warehouse, fighting those so-called ninjas.
But be honest, Mai, would you rather be at a boring shopping mall than on a radical adventure?
I guess I can't argue with that. At least I've gathered some samples from those warriors for some experiments back at the lab.
The 6 childhood friends, Yuna Itami, Saki Sumeragi, Mai Nomura, Akane Imai, Haruka Sugimoto, and Pandora Wakaba made their way back to the Ebihara house after their afternoon adventure.
I'm just happy you're all safe. And we saved Mai's invention from falling into the hands of some evil group.
Yeah, it was a real close one there. We almost lost it from that robot ninja warrior.
Oh, you mean that dude that mimicked our every move? Glad we had our trump card, Pandora.
Come on now, I don't think I did anything that special.
Are you kidding me? You rocked! That robo-dude was mimicking even my dragon breath attack and Akane's shadow kick. But it was no match mimicking your moves. You threw down that beat and sang that Scatman song like there was no tomorrow. You should have seen the look it made. It couldn't even sing one part of the song.
Well, it is a tongue twister song after all.
And that gave me the perfect opportunity to strike it down with my weapons. I gotta say, even my Sumeragi swords weren't totally damaged by their robotic bodies.
I've studied what was left of the robotic parts, and it seems that they were constructed a long time ago. So their inner workings, as well as the metal that covers them, were a bit rusty. So any sharp object could cut them off. I'd say we were lucky this time.
The girls stood outside next to Akane's van, continuing their conversation, unaware that there's a 7th person hiding among them.
I wonder who built them, though. We hardly had any evil organization make any robots. And if they are, this could only mean someone left them there for a reason.
Good thing you reported it to your mom and she contacted the powerful maidens. The heroines of Aselian arrived quickly to get what remained of the building. But why were they after your invention, Mai?
Probably to scan it. They were no doubt given orders by someone to take it. Either way, I've managed to gather some parts to analyze them more thoroughly.
Mom really didn't say if she was familiar with them, so I think we should leave the investigation to the powerful maidens.
Oh boy, I know that tone. Akane's detective twitch is kicking in.
Besides the twitch, her lips are moving with a smile. You want to investigate it, don't ya? Don't ya?
Come on, you two. Quit it. Just want me to say it.
I don't blame you, Akane. This adventure has left us with so many puzzles to solve.
If you do want to investigate it, Akane, you can count on us to back you up.
Rarely I would say I'd sit this one out. But because of the situation at hand, I agree with Yuna.
Oh, then we can rock their socks off with my powerful ice... pow...
Suddenly, Pandora's cheery voice slowly changed from normal to humming a song, becoming a bit more shy.
Huh? Pandora, are you okay? What's wrong?
As the girls concentrated on Pandora, she was looking towards an unknown person, now making herself known. She was behind Yuna, quickly jumping in on the brunette-haired heroine. Only Pandora was aware of her presence, but she couldn't mutter a word, only humming a song. In a matter of seconds, Yuna's eyes were suddenly obscured by 2 hands.
What's happening? happening? I can't see.
What? What in the blue shell? Yuna!
Yuna? What?
The girls looked behind and saw someone familiar to them. Alarmed by Yuna's sudden shout, the girls turned in a sigh of relief to see what was happening. A pink-haired girl was behind Yuna, covering the brunette heroine's eyes with her hands.
Guess who?
I know that voice. It's Reiko.
Ding, ding, ding. You're correct. You've won a free tea time with yours truly. Be sure to bring cookies.
The girls turned their sights on the pink-haired girl, Reiko Ayukawa.
Good afternoon, Reiko. It's so nice to see you.
Likewise, Yuna. Good afternoon to you too, Akane, Haruka, Pandora, Mai, and Saki, darling.
Hey, Reiko. Don't tell me we have more student council business.
Oh, no, not at all, Saki. Relax. I'm just here to see my favorite schoolgirl heroines being lively as always.
You want something out of us, don't you?
Ding, ding, ding. You're absolutely right. Nothing escapes you, Dr. Nomura.
No wonder Pandora started stuttering and humming music.
Oh my, how's that?
Pandora can't really talk to anyone normally other than us. She's quite shy. So when she's around other people, she communicates by singing.
So happy together.
Oh well, I'm happy too, Pandora.
All right, Reiko, spill it. What do you want?
Oh my, right to business, huh? No tea time or hanging out to play video games?
You're on! Wait! You don't even play video games!
You got me there.
Reiko?
I have to agree with Mai. You never addressed us as schoolgirl heroines. For Aoharu City's princess and heir to the Ayukawa Zaibatsu that controls certain parts of the city, I assume something's up.
Ding, ding, ding! Right again! You should never underestimate the police commissioner's daughter.
Reiko Ayukawa, also known by politicians and local businesses as Aoharu City's pink princess of the Ayukawa Zaibatsu that controls a certain percentage of the city's economy, businesses, and landscapes, smiles at Yuna and her friends as she begins to finally address them of her need. A need for help.
Oh, woe is me. I'm in quite a pickle, and I don't know who could help me, but my dear friend Yuna, Saki darling, and their friends. I've been concerned lately about Oharu City's museum.
The museum?
Recently, the Shijo Zaibatsu, the Nikaido family, the Ayukawa Zaibatsu, and the Itami Bank.
Hey! That's Yuna's mom's bank!
Correct. Anyway, these 4 financially well families were brought together to create more landscapes and more public areas for the city's tourism. 2 of the most important ones that the Ayukawa Zaibatsu heavily helped are Aoharu City's museum and the library.
That's right, but we recently encountered some issues.
Hold on. Weren't you talking about that this morning at the student council meeting? Something about being afraid of a heist being committed?
That's right, Saki darling. The museum's owner has been receiving letters recently, saying that tonight at 10 p.m., the museum is going to be ransacked, and that they'll be taking one of its most ancient but powerful artifacts.
Excuse me, what?
Recently, some explorers, or I would like to call them tomb raiders, finally found one of the 12 ancient artifacts that founded the Aselian world. And the one they found is the El Dorado Stone.
The El Dorado Stone? Where have I heard that from?
Beats me! I forgot to attend history class that day.
You did attend, but you were just playing on the Game Boy you brought to school.
Oh yeah! Good times! I had finally finished Castlevania the Adventure!
It was said that it disappeared after the city it was named after vanished without a trace. It was a strong and powerful city built out of wonders. But one day, all its people just disappeared. There was no sign of human life anywhere. Rumor has it that they left the El Dorado Stone there, or rather, the stone itself did something in connection to the population's disappearance.
Oh my, so you know its story. Nice work, Detective Imai. Researchers and scientists are still trying to find out its power. And tomorrow, it will be displayed for everyone to see.
The stone is at the museum? If an ancient artifact was already discovered, shouldn't it be hidden at the library? Something's not quite right here.
Okay, that's all well and good, I think. But what does the stone have to do with us?
You want us to keep an eye on it, right? Shouldn't it be in the hands of the authorities? Or the powerful maidens?
Alas, my dear friend Yuna, it's not that easy. The powerful maidens are already on a mission, every last member. And if we have the police there, it will alert the mastermind who wants to steal it. So I thought, why not have 6 ordinary schoolgirls that secretly fight evil keep an eye on it?
You're assuming that 6 schoolgirls will be at a museum at 10 p.m.? Wouldn't that be...
Cheap?
I assume you're saying fishy, so yes, that.
Ah, but not if I go with you 6.
Are you going to help us fight the mastermind of this heist?
Me? No. My, no. I'll be there and disguise the entire meeting like we're at a slumber party.
A slumber party at the museum?
Oh, yes. You see, this is between you 6 and me. But I have a special room in the museum. It's almost like someone's bedroom. So I prepared everything for you girls when you arrive. The mastermind will think, oh, it's just a slumber party brought together by the owner of the museum. I'll just sneak in and get the stone. And that's where you 6 come in and pull off a surprise attack. The mastermind won't even see it coming.
You keep saying mastermind. But do you even know who it is?
Of course I do. Fumika Okuchi.
The leader of the anti-heroine group that causes trouble around the city, the Vixens?
The one and only.
This will be even more complicated than I thought.
Even more complicated than the robot ninjas?
Much more.
Oh, I know. You 6 can come up with a brilliant plan to take her down and save the museum. I'll be waiting for you, 9 p.m. sharp. See you there. Toodles!
Wait! We didn't even agree on...
And she left.
Are we seriously going to do this?
We're going up against a magician. Of all our times battling her, we still have issues beating her.
The chances of her knowing we're coming would be high. Not to mention it's defending a stone that no one knows what it's truly capable of.
Yuna, you've been quiet for a while. Don't tell me you're...
Let's help Reiko out, girls.
I knew it.
You sure about this, Yuna?
If we let Fumika get a hold of that stone, who knows what she could be capable of while wielding it?
She's right! Not to mention the ramifications if she wants to use it to power up her own magic.
I'm in. If Yuna says we should do it, then let's do it. If we're successful, we can report the stone to the powerful maidens. An artifact like that shouldn't be displayed out in the open.
I agree with Pandora there.
Yes. If the artifact isn't in the hands of the library, then what does the museum have in its place?
Well, I'm down. Come on, we've taken down that magician a couple of times. We 6 can do anything if we stick together.
I agree. Mai, will you accompany us?
I don't see why not, if it's okay with you girls. Besides, I have tons of things I'm curious to know about that stone.
Thinking about making a death ray with it?
That's experiment research number 007.
Okay, everyone. Then let's go plan our strategy to protect that stone.
Right!
As the girls enter another adventure, they began moving to their strategy room, unaware that on a house rooftop, they were being watched. A mysterious figure in high heels was standing on the rooftop, looking down at the 6 schoolgirls.
Oh, so they figured out already who's going to strike the museum. Those 6 have ruined my plans for the last time. Unfortunately for them, they don't have a single clue that I know their plans.
The skilled magician Fumika Okuchi, leader of the anti-heroine group the Vixens, was eavesdropping on the girls' conversation the whole time.
No police or powerful maidens, eh? I might as well be 2 steps ahead of these girls. This sure is going to be one interesting night. Not only will I get that stone, but I'll also make sure that their adventure ends in complete failure.
The magician snapped her fingers as she disappeared from the rooftop. Later during the day, the girls were discussing their plan for tonight. Located in Mai's private lab inside the Arlen school, Yuna and her friends focused on how to help Reiko.
Can someone please tell me why we're doing this whole meeting in my lab?
Because no one will hear us, Mai. Your lab is always fully secured. It's soundproof, and it's filled with tons of security weapons. Not to mention, your MyBots are on standby if anything happens. It's the perfect place to talk about our plans.
Very well. Listen up, everyone.
We're all ears, Mai.
The museum holds tons of rare items, from ancient documents to paintings, relics, sculptures. You get the point.
Not to mention, it has tons of aisles, right?
Correct. Each part of the museum has a section dedicated to it, according to this layout of the museum.
Wait, where did you get those blueprints from?
Don't ask. Anyway, Reiko didn't tell us exactly where the museum stored the El Dorado stone.
She didn't? Should we call her and ask her? Knowing her, she would say something like, "Oh my, where did I put it again? Clumsy me, I forgot."
And I'm not taking any chances wasting my time on that.
So how do we protect the stone if we don't even know where it is? For all we know, Fumika could find it before we do.
And according to this, Reiko's private room, the room where the sleepover party will be, is nowhere near any exhibitions.
Aw, man. This'll be a bit more challenging than we thought, huh?
The magician will have even more trouble finding it than we will. Believe me. All we have to do is get to it first, before she does. If any of you gets the stone first, give it to me, and I'll store it in my latest invention.
Mai brought out a cardboard box, a normal cardboard box. Seeing this, Yuna and the others were all confused.
A box? Ooh, let me guess. If you open it, it'll send out a powerful shockwave that'll push back the magician and grant us a super armor.
No, but that idea doesn't sound bad at all, Haruka. Remind me of that later. But yes, it is a normal cardboard box. But at the same time, it's not. It's made to look like one, but inside, there's a mechanism that I can operate. With the push of a button, I can summon the box to us. And once done, I can place the stone inside the box and teleport it somewhere safe.
Oh, like a portable transporter?
Precisely.
But what if the magician gets a hold of it before you transport it?
That's why I did it in the form of a box. Once an object is in it, it cannot be opened. However, it can be opened with a password. A series of numbers that only we six know. A certain date.
Hearing the words of this certain date from Mai, Yuna and the others nodded their heads and obtained the password.
And Fumika doesn't know about it. Great. Then we have the advantage if worse comes to worse.
Affirmative, Pandora. Now all we need is a plan. Yuna, I'll let you take care of that.
Thank you, Mai.
Yuna sat in the middle of the room where Mai sat at and smiled towards her best friends.
Okay, so here's the plan. As much as I hate to say it, we might need to split into groups of 3. The museum is so big that it'll take some time to find the stone. One group will enter from the front, and the other group will enter from the back.
In case Fumika tries to get in from the back entrance, there will already be a team there to intercept her.
Yes. Once inside, each group can take an area of the museum. After we obtain the stone, we'll all meet up right here, in the middle of the art gallery exhibition. But what if we're unable to find it after we all meet up? We either find it, or we defeat Fumika. Defeating that magician will ensure us that the stone is protected till morning, when the maidens or the police arrive.
I should probably make a second controller for the box, just in case the rest of you find it before me. Also, I need to get my inventions that would tamper Fumika's magic.
Thank you, girls, for joining me on this adventure. Everyone should bring whatever they have. Comfier clothing, pajamas for the sleepover, and snacks.
Hey, we've been friends since childhood. We promised that we would stick together no matter what.
Honestly, I was gonna say yes anyway since you know I love adventures, Yuna.
And I love hanging out with all of you, no matter what we do. Sleepovers, karaoke days, gaming days, exploring. I feel more comfortable being by your side.
It's better than being in my room doing nothing. I'll always have your back, Yuna.
As long as I'm with you five, it's worth it.
The 6 friends held each other's hands.
Thank you, girls. Let's do this.
I'll go and prepare my sword. And find a way to escape my older sister's eyes. She gets worried when I'm out late at night.
I'm gonna need more kunais. I ran out of them from our early adventure. Also, I need to talk to my mom about this.
I'll grab my guitar, headphones, and some snacks.
Wanna go and prepare stuff over at my place, Mai?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think I left some chocolate sticks there from our last sleepover.
Yep, I saved them for ya. Also, you left some of your inventions there too.
Good. Let's go.
Okay, everyone. I'll send you the details later in our group chat.
With that, the group go their separate ways and went back to their homes to get some rest and prepare for their next adventure. Meanwhile, at Alharu City's museum, Reiko, with a cheerful smile, walks around the museum.
It's almost finished. The museum is closer to being open for business. Oh, it'll be such a joy when it finally opens and people come inside to see Aselian's finest art and ancient relics.
Excuse me, are you Reiko Ayukawa?
Reiko turns around and sees a young woman. Standing in front of her, a young woman dressed as a scholar with glasses and well-combed hair addresses the schoolgirl.
That's me. And you are?
Name's Cindy Andrews, a reporter for Channel 7 News, in charge of covering the fine arts of Aselian. I want to give an interview to the sole benefactor to the museum.
Oh, that would be me, miss. I can show you around to some of the sculptures and art that are already been placed. Care to see them?
Of course. Lead the way.
Reiko turns her head away from the young woman and walks forward, not knowing that the so-called Cindy Andrews is nothing but a trick done by the magical vixen, Fumika.
Good. My disguise worked perfectly. This girl doesn't even realize that I'm closer to obtaining that stone all for myself. As for those 6 girls, oh, they have no idea what I have in store for them.
Adjusting her glasses and clipboard, the disguised Fumika walked alongside Reiko. Later that evening at the Ebihara house, Akane was preparing her backpack as she was in a conversation with her adopted mother, Alharu City's police commissioner, Misaki Ebihara.
Both the police squad and the powerful maidens are pretty busy, huh?
Yes. All of the powerful maidens are on a mission right now, one that's actually taken place outside of the city, and the whole police squad is backing them up too.
And you, Mother? Why aren't you with them?
I have a meeting with the mayor of the city and other officials. Now that I see it, I have high suspicions that Fumika intended to do this tonight. It's too much of a coincidence.
You may be right, Mother. Both the police and powerful maidens being occupied at the same time? She must have planned this heist in advance. So much so that she had to find a way to keep the police and the maidens busy so that she'll be free to take the stone without any interference.
Fumika is cunning. She was once a superheroine, so it's no surprise she came up to do this tonight when no one's watching. Akane, sweetie, please. Whatever you and your friends are planning, be careful. Fumika might not hurt you, but still. I don't know what she's capable of now.
I promise I won't do anything reckless, Mother. I'll be the best detective I can be, and I'll do it by the book, as you've taught me.
Akane hugged her adopted mother. Misaki, surprised by it, backs up a little, but seconds later gives a tender motherly smile, embracing her adopted daughter seconds later.
Akane, I love you. Please be careful.
I love you too, Mother. I won't let you down. Alright, I'm heading off.
Akane walks out of the room as Misaki waves her daughter goodbye. As the door closes, Misaki crosses her arms and gets a bit serious.
What are you planning to do with that stone, Fumika? I may not have personnel to back up the girls, but maybe if I get out from the meeting with the mayor on time. Can I really?